What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So the audio has been revealed of what legendary, retired, iconic Hall of Fame superstar boxer, 5-division world champion, former pound-for-pound king, former pay-per-view king, the man known as Money, who had two separate careers. He had the career of Pretty Boy Floyd, and he had the career of Money Mayweather. Two separate careers where he fought in two separate styles, and he never lost. He retired undefeated. 50 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 big wins by way of knockout. Floyd Mayweather is a 5-division world champion. Floyd Mayweather beat more world champions, 23 to be exact, than anybody in the history of the sport of boxing, and he did it with a less amount of fights than anybody else in the history of the sport of boxing. With that said, Floyd Mayweather gave advice to 3-time junior middleweight world champion, now former junior middleweight undisputed world champion, but still is the unified junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, Jermell Iron Man Charlo. Jermell Iron Man Charlo is now 35 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'11.5" with a 73.5-inch arm reach. Jermell Charlo this past Saturday took on a former foe of Floyd Mayweather, who Floyd Mayweather took on, who was undefeated back in September 14th of 2013, which is 4-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer, who is widely considered the face of the sport of boxing, top 5 pound-for-pound best fighters, and is the undisputed super middleweight world champion. That is Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is now 60 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. Now, Floyd Mayweather, he gave Canelo Alvarez his first loss back in, again, September 14th, 2013. He won every single round against Canelo Alvarez. Now, keep in mind that Floyd Mayweather was fighting at 147, which he was truly a 140-pounder, and Canelo Alvarez fought at 154. They fought at a catchweight because Eddie Reynoso and Chapo Reynoso stated that they would fight Floyd Mayweather at a catchweight of 152. But Floyd Mayweather agreed, okay, and Floyd Mayweather told him, I was going to fight you at 154. The 2 pounds didn't matter. And then Floyd Mayweather said, listen, we don't need a rehydration clause. So the 2 pounds didn't even play a part or factor in because there was no rehydration clause, okay? And Canelo Alvarez, the night of the fight, outweighed Floyd Mayweather by 19 pounds on the unofficial next day, same day weigh-ins, okay? So he outweighed Floyd Mayweather by 19 pounds the night of the fight because Floyd Mayweather, he only gained 2 to 3 pounds the next day. He weighed 155, okay, the night of the fight. So with that said, Floyd Mayweather gained about 2 to 3 pounds. Canelo Alvarez, he weighed upwards of 165 pounds, okay? So with that said, they took on one another. Canelo Alvarez, many people after the fight, they deemed Canelo Alvarez to be too green, too young, and too inexperienced for Floyd Mayweather. Yet, they don't tell you that he had 5 title defenses. He was a world champion and had a unification bout the fight before Floyd Mayweather against a tricky southpaw who was considered the 3rd or the 2nd best fighter in his division at 154, and that was the world champion Austin No Doubt Trout, who had defeated Miguel Cotto, another Hall of Fame legend, for his belt, and shocked the world. He was the underdog against Miguel Cotto. So Canelo Alvarez defeated Austin Trout in the unification bout. It was the top 3 54-pounders at the time was Canelo Alvarez, Austin Trout, and it was Erislandy Lara, okay? Because Miguel Cotto had lost at that point in time to Trout, and he was somewhat pushed out. So that was the top 3 fighters. So Austin Trout was one of the fighters, and Canelo Alvarez had 5 title defenses and a unification bout. And Floyd Mayweather fought against Canelo Alvarez, and he won every single round. Yet, one of the judges saw it a draw. How ironic. So with that said, Floyd Mayweather dominated this fight against Canelo Alvarez. And he was the smaller guy, okay? Yet he stood his ground. Many people look at Floyd Mayweather and they say Floyd Mayweather was running. He used a lot of excessive movement. And the reality is Floyd Mayweather did not. He did not use a lot of excessive movement. Floyd Mayweather actually stood his ground. And he was clipping Canelo Alvarez in the pocket and clipping him with his jab and countering Canelo Alvarez. He rendered Canelo Alvarez inactive. And so you can see the audio clip after Jermell Charlo, September 30th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, took on and lost to Canelo Alvarez. He essentially lost every single round and was dropped in the 7th round of the fight. And he looked very timid. He looked very hesitant. He didn't commit to anything. He didn't sit down on his punches. And Jermell Charlo is a bigger fighter than Floyd Mayweather. Jermell Charlo is 5'11.5" with a 73.5-inch arm reach. So he's actually 3.5 inches taller than Floyd Mayweather. He has a 1.5 inch arm reach advantage over Floyd Mayweather. And he fights historically at a bigger weight class at 154. So the night of the fight, Floyd Mayweather was a smaller guy than Canelo Alvarez. And Jermell Charlo, the night of the fight, was actually a bigger guy. Although he was daring to be great, he jumped up from 54 to 68. He was actually still the smaller guy, okay? I mean, the bigger guy. And Floyd Mayweather was actually the smaller guy in stature. Now, Canelo Alvarez fights at 168 and Jermell Charlo fights at 154, and he moved up 2 weight classes, but just in stature alone. Now, the weight class does play a part. But the audio in the post-fight of Floyd Mayweather talking to Jermell Charlo has been leaked. You know, I'm not going to play the audio because it's been leaked by Showtime, actually. And you can hear Floyd Mayweather telling Jermell Charlo he moved too much without committing to his jab and doubling up the jab to set up the right hand, right? So he was telling Jermell Charlo, you was moving too much, right? And that's what many people complained about, that Jermell Charlo was just using excessive movement and was there to survive. Floyd Mayweather didn't tell him he was there to survive, but he said you used too much movement. You didn't commit to your jab. You should have doubled up on the jab. Then you could follow up with the right hand, so on and such. And if you go back to Floyd Mayweather's fight with Canelo Alvarez, you can see he was doing just that. And he wasn't using a lot of movement, okay? He was just resetting Canelo Alvarez. He was actually flat-footed majority of the fight. Only time he moved was to escape the danger if Canelo Alvarez was aggressive at the moment. And there was times he didn't even do that. Now, obviously, Floyd Mayweather is arguably, in my opinion, the greatest defensive fighter the sport of boxing has ever seen. So Floyd Mayweather was laying on the ropes, and he was making Canelo Alvarez miss in a phone booth and countering him. And that's the advice Floyd Mayweather was giving to Jermell Charlo, right? You could have sat down on your punches, and that's the issue. The biggest issue that the fans have is that Jermell Charlo didn't commit to anything, okay? Many people feel like he just simply didn't try. And you have guys like Miguel Cotto, who came up in weight. He's not a big 60-pounder, 68-pounder. He came up from 35, 40, and 47 to fight Canelo Alvarez, who was bigger than him, but he committed. Jermell Charlo was non-committal. He was there to survive. He felt the power. He recognized the skill set. I think Canelo Alvarez shocked him with his hand speed and his boxing ability. He was better than what he thought. And he just decided that he made a decision that he was going to survive. So he just didn't simply commit. And so that's the problem that the fans have, is that you didn't give it your all. And now I understand fighters saying, well, he moved up in weight and wasn't trying to get knocked out. But then why take the fight? You know that's a possibility the moment you step in the ring, and definitely a possibility the moment you agree to move up multiple weight classes. So why take the fight? So with that said, Floyd Mayweather gave him the best advice, and it just was too late, obviously. Jermell Charlo should have reached out to Floyd Mayweather. I don't understand when fighters are fighting Floyd Mayweather, why they don't reach out to fighting Canelo Alvarez, reach out to Floyd Mayweather for advice. From my understanding and from what it looks like, Floyd Mayweather is not hard-pressed to give these fighters advice. Maybe they don't want to insult their trainers by, leaning out to Floyd Mayweather, right? So maybe they don't want to insult their trainers by doing so. But Floyd Mayweather told him, you was non-committal, you was moving too much, and you didn't double up and use your jab enough. So for all the people saying Jermell Charlo wasn't moving a lot, well, even Floyd Mayweather felt he was moving too much. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out for Jermell Charlo moving forward. I know Sean Porter said he's now Mr. Irrelevant. I don't believe that. I believe he's the unified champion. If he fights and beats Tim Tszyu, he's right back in the limelight, right back in the conversation. And he just dared to be great and bit off more than he can chew, period. So let's see how it unfolds and plays out moving forward. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. And again, this is why I give Terrence Crawford the edge to beat Canelo Alvarez, because he will commit to what Floyd Mayweather is saying, which is the jab, okay? And he has power, and he's long. He has long arms, 74-inch arms, and he has power in both hands, and he can use awkward angles to deliver that power. He'll stop Canelo Alvarez in his tracks. Canelo Alvarez is a calculated boxer, puncher. He's not a mauler. That's not what he is. And because of that, I think that will give Terrence Crawford opportunities, just like it did when we saw Amir Khan outboxing Canelo Alvarez till he got clipped. But that wasn't a surprise because Amir Khan got clipped at 135, 140, 135 by Bredis Prescott, 140 by Danny Garcia, 147 by Terrence Crawford himself. So it wasn't a surprise to see Amir Khan get knocked out, okay? We've seen that movie before. So nonetheless, let's see what happens moving forward. But I think Terrence Crawford's long arms, his angles, his arm reach, his power was going to give Canelo Alvarez more problems than people are giving him credit for. So let's see what's next for Jermell Charlo. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. So all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.